Welcome, and thank you for joining us on this very specific album quest.
Yeah, it's quite the undertaking.
Our mission today really is to get inside one person's head, to navigate their self-imposed World Cup of music.
Exactly.
And specifically how 4 incredibly different albums got pitted against each other in this kind of knockout bracket.
Yeah.
We want to understand, what made 2 winners and 2 losers here?
We are diving straight into Group 159 of the Screenstrokes blog series. The reviewer called this one Jay-Z, and Pals lay down the blueprint, which is, well, pretty fitting, as we'll see.
Yeah, sets the scene.
And the whole point of the series, this massive quest, is basically to sift through a huge personal music collection and somehow crown the ultimate champion album.
And the rules, we always come back to the rules. They're what make this whole album quest so, brutal but fascinating, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just ruthless efficiency. Albums get shucked into random groups, 4 at a time.
Right.
The reviewer listens, ranks them 1 through 4, top 2, they move on.
And the others?
Gone. Immediately knocked out, no second chances.
Brutal is the word. And Group 159, wow, what a clash. Just an explosion of genres.
Yeah, tell us about the contenders.
Okay, so we had Jay-Z's The Blueprint 3, then the Stereophonics debut, Word Gets Around.
Oh.
Then the sort of rock supergroup Velvet Revolver with Contraband.
Right, the GNR connection there.
Exactly. And rounding it out, Dizzee Rascal's Tongue in Cheek.
So it's not just like rock versus rap. It's way more specific. You've got that super polished commercial hip hop from Jay-Z, then Dizzee's more urban rap style.
Very different feel.
And on the rock side, you have Velvet Revolver, which is like legacy metal almost.
Yeah, the GNR DNA.
And then Stereophonics, classic Welsh Brit pop rock, really. It's like 4 different corners of the map.
It really is. And what stands out immediately is how you even judge these against each other. The criteria must shift completely depending on which one you're listening to, right?
Absolutely. It becomes less about some universal standard of good and more about, what does this reviewer value in this moment for this comparison?
Yeah, exactly. It's all about that subjective preference. So let's get into it. The top seed, the reviewer crowned the clear winner of Group 159, Jay-Z's The Blueprint 3.
Okay, number 1. And right off the bat, the review notes are, they're glowing, calls it a quality group-topping album.
Yeah.
Very commercial sounding, which, can be good or bad depending on your view.
Sure.
And praises the sharp lyrics and fresh melodies. It sounds less like a personal, quirky favorite and more like, a perfectly engineered machine built to win.
Well, and what's really interesting here is how much the review emphasizes the collaborations as a key strength. It wasn't just Jay-Z carrying it.
Right.
It was framed as a collective effort. Production from Timbaland, Kanye West performances described as on the money, and the presence of, quote, sizzling Rihanna. It's a star-studded affair.
But wait a second. If you're relying that heavily on collaborators, does that sort of undermine the whole album quest idea, like crowning a single album's greatness?
That's a really sharp point.
I mean, maybe in a group stage like this, just the sheer weight of all that talent pushes it through, but should that automatically beat out, say, more singular artistic originality?
It raises that critical question about the reviewer's values, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In this case, it seems like that collaborative perfection, that polished execution was valued more highly than maybe raw standalone artistry.
Okay.
And the evidence is in the tracks mentioned. The absolute centerpiece for this ranking seems to be the truly excellent Alicia Keys duet, Empire State of Mind.
Yeah, I mean, that track was huge, unavoidable.
Exactly. A culture-defining moment, you could argue. And you add to that the, swagger of Death of Auto-Tune and the energy of On to the Next One.
Right.
The album just had this momentum, this feeling of being the gold standard for this particular group.
Okay, so Jay-Z is rank 1. Polished, commercially massive, collaborator-heavy winner. If that's the top spot, then the runner-up, Stereophonics debut, Word Gets Around. Well, that sounds like a whole different beast.
Oh, completely. A masterclass in something else, maybe, like you said.
The art of the perfect imitation, perhaps.
Well, the review sort of leans that way. It secured rank 2, but yeah, very different vibe. The immediate focus in the notes is on Kelly Jones's voice, that gruff and soulful thing he does.
Right, very distinctive.
But then the reviewer immediately brings up the elephant in the room, the criticism that this debut can easily just be called a very good impression of Oasis's definitely maybe.
Yeah, the source is pretty blunt about that comparison, points to tracks like Same Size Feet and Check My Eyelids, says they sound like they could have been cut from the same sessions as the Oasis album. It does make you wonder, though, in a personal album quest like this, is being a really, really good mimic a strength, or is it actually a weakness?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And in this specific case, for this reviewer, it seems it was ultimately a strength, but maybe only just enough.
How so?
The justification for second place wasn't really about originality. It was about those moments when Stereophonics did manage to, quote, open up and deliver something with their own stamp.
Okay.
Specifically mentions Local Boy in the Photograph. So it suggests that even a strong imitation, if it's done with enough, I don't know, conviction, enough personality.
Yeah, heart, maybe.
Heart, exactly. That it can squeak through, especially maybe against albums that have other issues, like unfulfilled potential.
And speaking of unfulfilled potential, let's cross that line now into the elimination zone. Third place, Velvet Revolver's Contraband. It reminds you again, this quest is harsh. One ranking slot decides everything.
Yeah, third place is out. And the story here is all about the weight of history, the burden of legacy, isn't it?
Totally.
This band is basically, as the review puts it, Guns N' Roses minus Axl Rose, with Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots on vocals.
Yeah.
I mean, the expectation on that album must have been absolutely massive.
You'd think so. And naturally, the review says it's a decent effort, that it sounds a lot like GNR from back in the day, which sounds like a positive, right? Nostalgia sells. But then the critique hits, the actual material just wasn't as strong as classic Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, that comparison is killer. Trying to live up to Appetite for Destruction or the Use Your Illusion albums,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a heavy weight for any band to carry.
For sure.
And here's the real specific point of failure, according to the review. The feeling that Slash's genius was, quote, somewhat underused.
Ouch.
Yeah. So it's not just the songs aren't quite as good. It's a deeper critique, like the incredible talent they assembled wasn't fully utilized. Wasted potential.
So the final verdict?
Pretty lukewarm. Good in places, average everywhere else. And like you said, in a knockout tournament, average just doesn't cut it. Average means you're out.
Average is out. Okay, brings us to fourth place. The bottom of this group, Dizzee Rascal's Tongue-in-Cheek. And this one seems like the biggest puzzle in the group.
How so?
Well, the reviewer acknowledges the talent, seems to have enjoyed it, but it still ends up last. Let's get the context the reviewer sets up first.
Right. So the review introduces Dizzee Rascal as being about as street as you can get.
Okay. Typical framing for him at the time.
But then, almost immediately, the reviewer says you have to take that identity with a pinch of salt. And the reason given. A very specific, almost personal observation that the artist apparently had a mortgage at 22.
Slight chuckle. Wait, really? That's in the review?
That's in the review?
That is nothing says not really street, like prudent financial planning and home ownership.
It's quite the juxtaposition, isn't it?
It really makes you question the reviewer's whole frame here. Are they ranking the music or like judging the perceived authenticity of the artist's lifestyle based on mortgage applications?
It's a perfect example of how that subjective, maybe even external context can really color a personal ranking like this. It's not just about the sound waves.
Clearly not.
But despite that skepticism, maybe because of it, the reviewer does fully admit the musical talent. It says they enjoyed the album way more than I thought I would. Notes his skill for rap, calls them decent tunes.
So the skill is there. The review mentions his skills on day mic, uses that spelling particularly on the opener. Bonkers.
Yeah, massive track.
And the big dancer rap anthem Holiday also points out versatility like the chill out track, Chillin' With Demandem. So it shows range, technical ability. Yet, dead last. Why?
This is where we really have to parse the reviewer's logic for elimination. It wasn't, it seems, that the album was bad. Not at all.
Okay.
It was just deemed the least competitive within this specific group of four.
Yeah.
That's the key. Despite the enjoyment, despite the recognized versatility, the reviewer ultimately questioned if Dizzee could, quote, really top anyone else in this group.
Oh, okay, so it's relative.
Exactly. It's that subtle but pretty harsh distinction. Sometimes being good, even really good, across different styles, means you don't absolutely dominate in one specific way.
Right.
And maybe you don't hit that super high bar set by, say, the established commercial polish of Jay-Z, or even the focused, if derivative, rock power of Stereophonics in this comparison.
Gotcha. So when the dust settled, the final calculation was polished, star-powered hip-hop and expertly crafted, Oasis-esque rock won the day.
Mm-hmm.
They triumphed over the slightly underwhelming legacy rock of Velvet Revolver and the versatile, talented, but perhaps personally scrutinized urban rap of Dizzee Rascal.
That sums it up perfectly. The final order for Group 159 is number 1, Jay-Z's The Blueprint 3. Number 2, Stereophonics' Word Gets Around.
Advancing.
Then number 3, Velvet Revolver's Contraband. And number 4, Dizzee Rascal's Tongue in Cheek. Eliminated.
Yeah.
The top 2 move on to the next round of this album quest.
So what this Group 159, really boils down to is a kind of philosophical battle in the reviewer's mind, isn't it?